What's going on, guys? This podcast is brought to you by HOSSTILE.UK. And if you're in the United Kingdom and you want to get some of our clothing, get to HOSSTILE.UK right now and it's a buy one, get one free on all t-shirts, no limit, while supplies last. Buy one, get one free t-shirts. Use code RBPT, like the letter T, not TEE. So RBPT at checkout. Buy one, get one free t-shirts at hostile.uk. Thanks for the support, guys. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Real Bodybuilding Podcast. This is a Rate Your Physique edition with me and Ian. If you haven't signed up to the realbodybuildingpodcast.com, check it out now, realbodybuildingpodcast.com. You can sign up to have your physique rated, to rate your form. You can get into on the predictions and the fantasy league as well. And this is the page here. This is the home page. And check out all the different stuff we have here, kind of following through the season. And this is a Rate Your Physique submission here. Anyway, let's get into it, Ian. We're going to go through some of these. I'm going to click this little lever here. These are all the people that are waiting for you to rate them.
Well, not me, just not only you.
Not only me. Yes, that's true. Okay. So we're going to start at the bottom here because we have some old submissions. Actually, is that the right? What's the date on that? 6/1? Oh, shit. So we got to start up here. Oh, fuck. This is way back in March. Okay. Let's get through these. View on YouTube, manage judges. Okay. We have Gabriel Papillon.
Papillon,
6'2", 235. There's some previous shots here of him. I can't blow these up, but this is what he looked like before. I gave him a rating of a 6.88. I shouldn't actually cloud your judgment. Let's just go to it. 27 years old, wants to get a pro card before he's 30, just ended a mini cut, off season for 2 years, preparation for my first show in September. Okay, Ian, let's go to the side chest. Go ahead.
he looks pretty decent. I think he's got a good structure for classic. Shoulders look good. Arms look pretty decent in this shot. It's tough to tell. Maybe, a little bit more there. Side leg is not bad. I mean, it's relatively balanced. You could definitely use a bit more chest on that side chest. Overall leg mass would definitely help. But shoulders look great here. He just needs more overall size and density. I mean, the back needs obviously a bit more depth and a bit more width. The arms here, when they're up, don't look quite as good as from the side. But shoulders still look solid. Hamstrings, adductors don't look too bad. Conditioning overall here is pretty good for this. If this is an off season, this is a pretty lean off season. I think you could probably be a little heavier than this.
I think I know why I scored him the way I scored him now. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, overall, he's pretty balanced. I think he just needs to keep growing, but I think everything looks in like relatively good proportion, except his shoulders are probably a little more developed than everything else,
The last shot.
Biceps here, you can see you're definitely lacking a little bit of width in the lats to kind of, especially in classic, to help accentuate that X frame. Would definitely go a long way. Like I said, in the first shot, a little more depth to the chest. Legs aren't too bad. I mean, they could obviously still do to come up, but I don't look at them in comparison to the rest of his physique and say they're a weak point.
Okay, so what are you going to score him? Because I'm not going to go over it because you kind of touched on everything I wanted to. So what do you think?
Okay, so this was off-season photos?
This is off-season, yes.
Just ended a mini cut. What are these mini cuts? Okay. Been off season for 2 years. So muscularity. He wants to turn pro in 3 years, but within the next 3 years. So I think he's in a good spot. He obviously still needs to grow. I'm going to give his muscularity here a 5.
Okay.
And that's under the guise of that he wants to be a pro level competitor in the classic physique division. If he was a bit lower level, he was just saying he wants to do his first show, I would give him a little higher for the muscularity if this was a first-time competitor. But given his goals, I'll score him accordingly, so I'll give him a 5 there. Symmetry, I think, is pretty solid. I'll give him a 7 for the symmetry. Conditioning, he's pretty lean. I don't think he's too lean. I think this is a good spot, but I think if he's He just said he just ended a mini cut too. So I think this is a good spot. I'll give him an 8 for conditioning.
Okay. So I scored him on the previous one a 6.88, and I'm going to give him the same score because I think he's got all the tools. I actually think his condition is, I'm going to give him a 7 on condition. I actually think he's a little too lean for the offseason, but
He did say he just ended a mini cut. So I'm taking that into a bit of consideration that
yeah.
he probably was a bit fatter than this for the majority of his offseason, cut down a little bit.
Well, this is the previous photos, and he's also not that much leaner now than he was in these photos. Like you see here, the weight's 239, and here he's 235. So I just think for somebody trying to put on mass, he could probably eat a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, the bottom ones, it says he's 247.
Down here, yeah. Yeah. No, this is 239. Oh, this is 247. You're right. You're
Yeah.
right. So he came back down about, yeah, but see, even if you look at the 247 photos, like that's still lean, man. Like, why would you do a
Yeah,
mini?
his conditioning. Can you click the back shot? I just care
I
about the back.
can't, I can't blow it up.
Okay.
I can't re-click on it.
Yeah, his glutes and hams are a little softer, but overall he is still pretty lean. The conditioning he's in at the 247. I don't think he needed to do a mini cut there.
That's kind of what I'm saying is like you should have just kept going from here.
I think you could have kept going there. I think I think there is reasons to do a mini cut. Like if your appetite was going, or you felt like your insulin sensitivity and things like that was being, hindered a little bit, maybe, or if you've been pushing it hard for a long time. But I think his conditioning point was definitely not at a stage where it needed to be to cut down. I would have kept hammering it there. I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Good job, Gabriel. We'll move on to the next guy here as soon as this loads. Okay. Next guy up is Tiago Afonso, 5'4", 191, men's open. He's in the offseason. Compete next year at nationals. Trying to figure out if I should go classic or bodybuilding. First pick, first and only show natural 2.5 years ago. Okay. So this is him 2.5 years ago, natural. So we'll just skip this since it's so long ago. I'm assuming he's not natural anymore because he made the distinction.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. You can go ahead.
I mean, he's got a solid physique. I mean, things look pretty balanced here. First thing that stands out, his legs are good. Got great quads on him. I think the biggest thing on this shot that would help him is a little more of the lats on the front there. I think a little bit of that could be tweaked with posing, but you can see it in both the front lat and the front double. The lats are a little bit narrow. His waist isn't big at all. It's just not tiny. So I think having a little more lat to accentuate that X frame, kind of like I said for the last guy, and to kind of bring with those quads, I think would be same on the back there. You can see back double.
Yeah.
More lat width there will kind of help accentuate his shape.
Well, I think
go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say, I think he's got narrow clavicles. I think that's part of the problem too.
Yeah, he does. So you got to, build out everything outwards to kind of help with that. So, more lat, more shoulder, things like that will definitely help. Quads look good. Hamstrings he's a little higher body fat for me to tell, but they don't look too bad. I think a little more hamstring wouldn't hurt though. They don't quite look as developed as his quads do. Back thickness through the center is actually pretty solid.
Yeah.
You can see at the bottom of the back lat there, his middle of back is quite developed. Just needs a little more on the lats there to kind of bring out the width, especially on the back double and front double.
Yeah. I think these are the last shots.
Yeah, same thing.
We didn't really get a side shot, I don't think. No. We didn't get a side shot.
Yeah, I mean, more chest. Like, he just needs to keep growing. But I think bodybuilding would probably be the move here. I mean, I'd need to see what he looks like really cut down, with this new amount of muscle, kind of to see what the physique looks like. But I think really you could do either way. I mean, there's classic guys that have got to a high level with this kind of structure. Obviously being 5'4", you're going to be a 212 guy if you ever want to go the pro route, and winning a pro card is like a middleweight. Well, I guess in the US you get for class and stuff, it's a little more difficult. But just keep growing. I mean, everything can kind of do to come up a little bit, except for the quads probably.
I think my personal opinion is bodybuilding is
Yeah.
This is not I mean, look, anybody can do classic.
Yeah. I see as this is a
should they? I don't, not everybody should.
Yeah.
I see this as a bodybuilding physique for sure.
I agree.
Go ahead. I'll let you score first.
Okay, muscularity. Overall, muscularity is not terrible. In the front shot's not bad. I'll give him a Well, the last guy gave a 5. I mean, he's kind of in the same ballpark, but he has a little more body fat. I'll give him a 6.
Okay.
Symmetry is not bad. I'll give him a 6 there as well. Conditioning, this is a little softer than I would like. So I'll probably give him a 5 for conditioning.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 6 conditioning. I'm gonna go symmetry. I'm gonna go 5. I think the narrow clavicle is kind of throwing off the structure for me.
Yeah, if we're
Um,
yeah, when we include structure in that, I would maybe go a little lower, but I'll keep it at a 6.
and then the imbalance between like the legs are definitely better than the upper body, or at least the quads are. So that kind of leaves it at 5. And then muscularity, I think he's done a pretty good job in the last 2.5 years of packing on some mass. You just got to keep
Yep.
going. So I think a 6 is fair as well.
Cool.
Okay. Good job, Tiago. We'll look forward to the next one. Are we telling Tiago to get a little leaner?
Yeah, I think he could be a little leaner there. Yeah. I mean, he says he's been pushing it for what, 2.5 years now?
Yeah. Yeah, like
So
that's somebody I could see doing a mini cut.
yeah, or just compete. Like just do a show and see where you're at. Like do a regional show, get down to competition shape, see where your kind of body's looking at and how much actual tissue you've added compared to previous, and kind of see where you're at. Do a show. I don't think that's ever a bad thing. I don't think you need to just keep packing on muscle until you're ready to win fucking the Olympia. So if I was him, I'd get on stage, diet down, do a competition, see how your physique looks, see that you can get in really good condition now that you're not natural. And then I think out of that you can, continue to grow.
What do you think about this? Just, to touch on it really quick before we keep moving. What do you think about just cleaning up your diet and growing into your body fat?
Yeah, I mean, I think you
I mean,
could. I
it's
just,
a
I
weird way
think
to
there's a
put
lot
it.
of value in younger competitors, guys that haven't competed a lot, just getting on stage and getting experience. Like when I was young and you were too, all of us, like we were competing almost every year. And maybe if we took like a 1 year off season, but you can still make a ton of progress competing annually. I don't think you need to take
Yeah.
2, 3, 4 years off.
Yeah.
I don't think almost every guy that's at the Olympia level has competed almost every year, or maybe with 1 year breaks for the majority of their career.
We have to be careful though, because we also tell people sometimes when we're looking at their physiques not to rush to get on stage and take your time.
Yeah, no,
You have
I don't.
to walk that line, right?
No, I'm saying this under the context of that he's been going for 2.5 years already.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think you need to go another a year, 2 years, whatever, and you're 5 years, you haven't been on stage, and body fat's going to be really difficult to get off.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, if I was him and I was his coach, I'd be like, you know what, let's get you on stage, get that body fat all the way down. Let's see where we're at in terms of our physique with everything off, how much new muscle we've accrued, and then we can kind of plan from there.
Sure. Okay. Or a Barak, 5'5", 145, men's open in the offseason, the first timer. He wants to compete for the first time. He's 28 and natural. A peaking mass phase, thinking about starting gear. Do you think I have potential? Well, we can't tell you to start gear. That's kind of on you. Do we think you have potential? I don't know. Let's find out. Uh, you want to go ahead, Ian?
Yeah, I mean, for a natural competitor, this is not a terrible side try. Look, he's competing for the first time. Like, obviously, he just needs more muscle. But it's overall, I mean, there's some posing things that need to be changed here. It's tough to say if anyone has potential. Obviously, you have a little wider in the lower obliques here in the hips, which is going to make it a bit tougher. But to say what someone's physique could look like in 5 to 8 years from now, if say you do go enhanced, it's tough to say. You could end up being a good competitor. I really don't know. So I don't want to like say that you do or don't have potential. Where your physique is at now is in the very early stages. So, it's really the entire physique needs to grow. I don't think it's like one spot that I'm like is super weak or super strong. I think it's just continue to grow and keep doing your thing.
I'll just say, as far as the potential comment goes, anybody watching this, if you're starting out, nobody will know if they have potential, and nobody can tell you if you have potential until 5 years in.
At least.
Like once you get a few solid years under your belt, then you can look at your physique and assess whether it can be a pro level or a national level or whatever it is. But just starting out, Ian's right. Nobody really, really knows. I mean, if you look at pictures of Nick Walker when he started, he looked like shit.
Yeah.
And now he's one of the best in the world. So,
Yeah.
nobody can really tell you. We'll go ahead and rate this. It's still kind of fresh. So,
Yeah,
and
he's early stages. I don't even really want to give him a rating, but I will. Like, it's
it's five. He's 5'5", 145. So I guess the
yeah,
first thing you say
exactly. Yeah.
muscularity. I'm going to go 3.
Yeah, I'll go a 2 on muscularity.
Symmetry, structure. I mean, we can't really tell the symmetry and structure because there's not enough muscle mass.
I would just say is like really focus on getting like all your aspects, like your fundamentals, like, you know, if you want to pursue this, and you want to start doing gear and you want to, compete and stuff like that, get a coach, and really make sure you're locked in with your training, your effort in your training, your execution, your nutrition. Make sure all those things are locked in kind of beforehand, and really make sure that you're checking all the boxes, so because then that's really going to give you the best idea of if you actually do have potential in the long run, because you need to be actually doing all the things that are required to be the best bodybuilder you can be, right?
Yeah, this comment here, thinking about starting gear. I only advice I would give is kind of exactly what Ian just said, which is don't do this until you checked all the other boxes.
Yeah.
What do you want to do here? 2 muscularity?
I'll go 4 as well for symmetry,
Yeah.
and 4 for conditioning as well. I agree with you.
What did I give him before? Oh, look at this. 2, 4, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, these were his previous photos. He looks a little leaner here. He's 145 here. He's 145 here. Maybe
Yeah, the light's definitely
lighting. Yeah.
worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, he looks about the same. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I mean, that just right there says to me, I mean, I don't know how much time was between these, but he's sitting in, he's the exact same weight, and he's peak off season. He's still 145 pounds. So I mean, you're not really seeing much in terms of progression in your level of muscularity or your weight on the scale or improvements in conditioning. So, either way. So I think you need to kind of reassess the secondary factor, the primary factors of your nutrition and your training.
Yeah, that's a good point. Really quick for people watching. The scale, the mirror, and
Lifts in the gym.
your conditioning and your strength. If none of those things are changing, is it safe to say that your physique's not changing?
Yeah.
Okay. Some metrics to go by. All right. Moving on. This one I'm impressed with just from the small photos here. Taylor Melanson, 5'10", 217, men's classic. He's in prep. He's 8 weeks out, which is probably way past now. So I apologize,
In
Taylor.
the Alberta Open, that would have passed by now. Should I see how he did?
Yeah, hopefully turn pro at the Toronto Pro-Am. 25. I think his IG is here, Ian. I can pull it up.
So he was in classic.
That's what it said, yeah.
What's his name?
Taylor. I got him here.
I'm just seeing actual results here.
This is Taylor Melanson. Looks like he's winning at life.
I don't see him. This is the Alberta Open 2025.
Is this him? This is a day out, I think. Oh no, this is first classic show in 2021. Looks good from the back. Holy shit.
The Alberta Open was just last weekend.
Oh, he didn't put any pictures up of it. Maybe he didn't do as well as he wanted to.
I don't even see him on the results here.
Wait, what's this? Last year competition.
Oh, that's not him.
That's not him. Sorry. Okay, let's go through, Ian. Let's just rate what we have in front of us.
Yeah, he didn't compete. I don't see here. So,
okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great physique for sure. I mean, things look pretty balanced here. Got some good quads. Things look pretty solid. I mean, keep going. Maybe a little more depth in the chest there. The hamstring's not too bad. Could do a little more. Little more biceps, arms there wouldn't hurt. Yeah, triceps and arms as a whole, I think, are probably what need to come up.
It's because his quads are so good.
Yeah, keep going.
It's like the upper body needs to come up a bit to match.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Back's not bad. Yeah, hamstrings and adductors look good here.
I would say more upper trap.
Yeah, maybe more like that upper back trap would be good. But yeah, this is a good physique. I mean, I think he looks great, and I think if he was dieted down, I would have liked to see what he looked like on stage. So
Well, that's what he looked like in 21. Like this was him in 21. Like that's a good back shot.
yeah, yeah, that's 4 years ago.
Yeah. He weighed in mid 180s, so he's like 20 pounds heavier.
Yeah,
Um, my only assessment is this. I think it's an awesome physique. I think the upper body is a little bit behind the legs, and once it catches up, it's going to be even better.
yeah, he looks great.
I don't really see any glaring weak points other than just kind of overall upper body size.
No, I think the triceps and arms, I think, would probably add the most to his physique right now. Maybe a bit more depth on the chest, but I mean, overall, he's pretty balanced. I don't think he needs to be like hyper focusing on anything specific. I think just continuing to grow as a whole, that upper body, and he looks great, great structure. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, he's a classic guy. Muscularity, I'll give him a 7. Symmetry, I'll give him 8. Conditioning off season, I'll give him 8 as well. This is like perfect off season conditioning for me.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I agree with you on all points. Okay.
Hey, self coaching as well.
Well, you're doing a good job. Okay, Tyler, 5'11", 2020, 220 pounds. Men's classic off-season. He's 21 years old. Big 21-year-old. Fuck, look at this back on this kid.
Yeah.
Take things as far as possible. He's 12 weeks out, 12 weeks post-show, 30 pounds up from stage weight. Hit the back shot first. Look at this fucking lat spread.
Yeah.
The problem is the hamstrings really, like the legs as a whole, need to catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go back to the beginning here.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's kind of like he's one of those bodybuilders that needs more extremities, like limbs, like his
yeah, but
arms.
even if you look at the chest, it's very narrow.
Yeah. Yeah. He does kind of have narrow clavicles for a guy this tall.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, it just needs to keep growing. I mean, the back looks solid. The rest, he just needs to keep at. I mean, and he's saying these pictures, he's 30 pounds up from the stage too. So, I mean, he's still relatively lean here. So, I mean, he must have been,
This is
pretty
yeah,
shrunk down.
this is very lean to me
Yeah.
for an off season.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you can definitely still keep pushing things here. Keep pushing the growth, keep pushing the size. Really everything's actually in pretty good proportion. His back is obviously a little stronger than everything else, but like everything just needs to grow. I mean, the arms and legs all kind of match. He's got a good back lat there, but I mean, the things are in quite good proportion here. It just needs more tissue everywhere.
The thing I would say, and I don't know if this is a little too harsh, Tyler, if you're watching, but it's a very, aside from this lat spread, but from the front, it's a very rectangular physique.
Yeah.
And I think if you want to do well in classic, especially, you're going to need to accentuate the top and the bottom to create more of an X frame. Because right now it's just this kind of a straight line.
Yeah. You bring up those legs, those quads, the lats,
Yeah.
arms too, obviously, but I mean, those won't have as much dramatic impact as some of the other bits.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Muscularity, I mean, there's still quite a bit of work to be done here, so I'll give him like a 4.
Okay.
Symmetry, I mean, it is all pretty symmetrical. I mean, things are in pretty decent balance here.
Structures is not as well.
Structure is not super great, so I'll give him a 5 for symmetry. Conditioning, he's in good condition, so I'm going to assume on stage he was in really good shape, but he's a little too lean here. I think even like this is 30 pounds up from stage. Most guys, when they're 30 pounds up from stage, are starting to look pretty soft,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like if I went, compete at 250 and I blow up to 280, I'm not looking nearly that lean. So, I would say you got to keep hammering. So I think your conditioning is really good here, but I think it's too lean. So with that, I'm going to give you a 5 for conditioning as well. There's a previous submission there.
No.
Okay.
Muscularity, I'm going to go. I think that's his main area of kind of needs to target. Symmetry and structure, also, I'm going to 5 just because the structure isn't great right now. Conditioning is way too lean for the off season. So,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Patrick has some previous submissions. Oh, this Patrick's a pro, I believe. Yes, he is. 5'10", 207, men's physique. He's in prep. He wants to win a pro show, qualify for Mr. Olympia. Thinking of switching from men's physique to classic in the pros. Got my first men's physique top 5 as a pro in 2023. This is I think he's submitted some things since this. This is 5 weeks out, the submission. 207, 213. Oh, no, he's down a few pounds. Okay. Let's take a look.
Let's see. So he would have competed. Go to his Instagram then.
Coach Pat.
Yeah, he would have competed in the meantime.
I think he's doing Toronto.
Oh, he's doing Toronto?
I believe so.
6 days out. So yeah, he is.
Yeah. Well, let's just assess this since we got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks great. I mean, the one thing I see here is you never really see this, is he's got more hams than quads on a side chest.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
So more depth to the quads. I think the quads from the front didn't look too bad, but here you can see they need a little more height and volume to them. Conditioning looks really, really good here.
You see the lateralis is there, but it's a little straight.
Yeah, but I mean, for switching from classic men's physique to classic, this is a great physique.
Yeah. The chest is really nice.
Yeah.
Shoulders are good.
Chest, arm, shoulders look good. Nice small waist.
I'd like to see head on. Yeah, I think the upper body is dominating the lower body a little bit.
Yeah, and coming from men's physique, that's not a surprise.
Yeah.
You got great ham drop.
Okay, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, what I see is amazing shoulders, pretty good chest, good arms. Legs aren't bad, but I don't know, the shoulders are just fucking.
He's got big shoulders, wide shoulders, so he's got to bring up the legs a bit to match those.
Posing is like awesome.
Yeah. Crazy delts, yeah.
It's too angular. I'm looking for like some head-on shit. Okay, let's go back to maybe there's something here. There's a back double. So
back looks pretty solid.
I can't make it any bigger.
Back looks solid. I mean, the detail looks good. Looks really good.
Yeah, shoulders and arms
really look pretty good here. Shoulders are crazy as we saw before.
Yeah,
arms look good.
Just him as men's physique.
Yeah, you look great.
I don't know. I don't know if I would have went to classic. He's got a great men's physique.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to keep growing and you want to move up, I mean, that's the next progression. So, but yeah, he could have had a great career in men's physique for sure. I mean, he placed top 5 in a show in 2023. So, I mean,
if I look at this front relaxed, and I know you're probably going to disagree with me, this person puts on, he's 207 here, right? If he's 227, he's a great bodybuilder.
I agree.
Like a great bodybuilder.
Yeah, no, this is a good. He really could do whatever he wants. To be honest,
if he could keep his waist this tight and just pack on some mass, this is to me a great bodybuilding physique.
Yep.
Huh. Okay. Well, I don't know. What do we think? All we really have, like, this is the best because those pictures are so small. This is kind of the best thing we have to look at.
Yeah, I mean, he looks good. I can score.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm judging this as a pro classic physique competitor.
Yes.
So muscularity, and this is going to sound harsh. I'm going to give him a 6 for muscularity.
Okay. Can you explain why?
Pardon?
Can you explain why really quickly?
I just think he's 5'10", 207. I think he still needs to put a little bit of muscle, and you can still see, in some areas, just like in the legs that need to come up a bit more.
You know what his cap is at 5'10"? I don't know the classic caps.
I think he's probably still got another like 6 to 8 pounds, maybe.
Okay, go on.
But a bit more on the quads in some certain areas, and just more volume everywhere except for the shoulders. I think just if you're gonna do in classic, there's some big boys out there. I mean, if you look at the guys that you're gonna be competing against at the higher levels, they're just a bit bigger. So I think I'm comparing it as the Mike Summerfields of the world being a 10. So I think you're like somewhere between that 6 and 7 range. So I could even give him a 7. But I think he's somewhere in that range there.
Okay.
Symmetry, I think overall is really, really good. I mean, he's coming from men's physique. I'm going to give him a 9 there. Conditioning here, I think, is in a great spot, and his show conditioning looks good. I'll give him a 9 there as well.
I think conditioning is great. I'll give him a 9. I think symmetry, I'm going to go 8 because the upper body feels a little bit better than the lower body, maybe more so in the quads than the hamstrings. And also, I don't know if the waist is as small as it needs to be to compete with some of the guys in that top classic group. Muscularity, I'm pretty happy with muscularity. Just I think more leg mass, more overall mass is good.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Looks great.
it's got a nice physique. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to what do we have next? Bo Freeman. Does he have a previous submission? No. 5'9", 215, men's classic. He's in prep. He's 12 weeks out, which I don't know where he would be now. His goal is to get a pro card. He's 21. Did an OCB show when I was 18 and won. I'm not natty anymore, so this is my NPC debut. Okay. What do you see?
Yeah, I mean, solid physique here. Quads are great. Legs look really big and thick. I think he needs a bit more on that upper half to match those legs. He looks a little bottom heavy right now still. Definitely more depth in the chest, a little more in the arms for sure. Back,
He's 21. Like this is pretty good. 21,
yeah, for 21, this is crazy good for sure.
Look at his hamstrings.
Yeah, see, you can see arms here for sure from the back, arms and shoulders. Back thickness looks really good. A little more width wouldn't hurt, especially with how big his legs are.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just the upper body as a whole, I think needs to kind of come up to match those legs, but looks really good.
Fucking triceps wild, eh?
Yeah, crazy triceps. So bring those biceps up a little more. Shoulders could do a little more chest. But yeah, legs are huge. Yeah.
I didn't see that tricep in the back though. It's like he needs more medial head.
Yeah, yeah.
I think his lower body is far ahead of his upper body.
Yeah.
I think his upper body has some great potential. I think the chest thickness and back width are probably the weakest points.
Yeah. And arms in that back.
Arms, yeah. I think the shoulders and legs are good. But for 21, this is incredible. I mean, look.
This is crazy for 21.
And it's kind of a unique physique too. He's got good rib cage, good structure. Like,
yeah.
This could be really impressive when this fills out and that chest gets a little thicker. And when all this comes up to match the legs, this is going to be
21 super impressive.
Pretty impressive. Okay. Go ahead, Ian.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm going to judge this as a 21-year-old that hasn't even done his NPC show yet. So, I mean, that's pretty crazy. So muscularity, I'll give him a 7.
Yeah.
Because I think there are still things to be improved, but I think it's really good. Symmetry, I think he's pretty lower body dominant, but I think his overall structure is really good. I'll give him a 7 there as well. Conditioning for an off season, I'm fine with this.
This is prep. He's 12 weeks out.
Oh, 12 weeks out. I think he's in a good spot for 12 weeks out. You can start to see some detail in the legs. The waist looks tight. He can hit a vacuum. Back looks pretty lean. This is a good spot for 12 weeks out. I'll give him an 8 for conditioning.
I'm in the same place. I think I agree on all points. Okay. Who do we have next? Gary Kidong, 6'2", 214, men's classic. He's in prep. He's an amateur. He's 7 weeks out. He wants to be get a pro card in the next 2 years and be part of the HOSSTILE team. All right. Second show, last one was 3 years ago, recently enhanced, end of 2024. Okay. Quarter turn. Everything looks pretty balanced to me in this quarter turn anyway. Lats look really good.
Yeah. Quads look really good from the side here. Upper body just needs a bit more, a bit more on the shoulders and arms. This is a nice structure though. It looks great.
I'm telling you, I haven't got to the back shots yet, but I can tell the lats are good.
Yeah, arms here you can see are probably the biggest weakness.
Yeah. This is impressive for a guy who's 6'2". Look at his legs.
Yeah. No, I mean he's got nice flat ab wall too. His abs look great. Tall guy arms are going to be one of the hardest things. Yeah, he's got a good back here. little more hamstrings, a little more arms, a little more chest, I think is where he's at.
I wonder if this is a posing issue. It feels like that back should be wider, judging from the
He
side.
could get that open more for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Hamstrings are thick. It's almost like the shoulders and arms, and maybe chest is the only thing.
Yeah, shoulders, arms for sure. Chest, the hamstrings are not bad, but I think his quads are so good they could definitely come up a little more to match. But I think overall his legs are really good. But yeah,
Nice, nice
arms,
physique.
shoulders, chest.
I'm curious how he did. This was 7 weeks ago. I think he probably competed already. Let's take a look at Gary. Okay. Was this the show?
Yeah,
This was how long ago? 2 weeks ago. Look at that. Yeah, like you said, arms, shoulders, chest is pretty good.
this doesn't look too bad here now.
Yeah, the arms, making those arms bigger would definitely change things a bit.
Yeah, the arms are definitely his biggest weak point here. Conditioning's not bad. It could definitely be better. I mean, you can see there's
Not
some
bad.
lines in the glutes. Hamstrings are good. Back looks nice and dry.
I thought the back would be more impressive.
Let's see when he gets into an actual shot.
Yeah, it's a little thin through the lat.
Yeah, still a little thin. Good detail, but not quite there muscularity wise.
Yeah, the structure of it's really nice. It just needs more thickness.
Things are all pretty solid here. I mean, this is good bones to be working with. He's got good quads, which, like, if a guy can't get quads, they usually never do.
Well, for a guy who's 6'2", I think his legs are very impressive.
Yeah. So
This is
yeah,
all this is all really, really good. I just
tight waist.
yeah. I'm sorry, what was his name again? Gary?
Gary.
Gary, if you're watching, dude, if you build those arms and thicken up that back and chest, this is a pretty fucking
Yeah.
phenomenal physique. In my opinion, anyway. You want to go ahead and score it first?
Okay. Yeah, I think muscularity is really the main thing here.
Yeah.
I think he's just a taller guy that needs to keep packing on the muscle. So I'll give him a 4 for muscularity. Symmetry, I think, is pretty good. He's got a little bit of imbalance with the quads being a bit heavy, but overall things look pretty solid. He's got a good structure. I'll give him a 7 for symmetry. Conditioning for the off season looks good. His conditioning on stage was not bad. So, combining the two for context, I'll give him a 7 for conditioning.
I think stage conditioning was actually pretty good. His back was super fucking dry. I don't think his posing was actually showing his level of conditioning. Anyway, it doesn't matter. 7 or 8, I think it's somewhere in there. I'll go 8. Symmetry, I'm going to go 8 as well. More so based on the structure. I really like the structure.
Structure's great.
So, I think he can really bring that up
Yeah.
to a 9 or 10 to be something really impressive. Okay, thanks, Gary. Look forward to the next one, man. Ben Vokey, 6 feet tall, 225 men's classic. He's in prep. He's 9 weeks out. He wants to get a pro card in classic. Okay, going to be judged harshly. It's a good physique.
Yeah, not bad.
You know what? It has a few gaps, but it's actually very balanced.
Yeah, no, it is very balanced. Got some good biceps on him. Chest and lats could use a little more thickness there. Because he's got kind of one of those funky rib cages, long kind of rib cages.
Yeah.
So more lats to kind of help make better flow to that. Let's see the next one. Yeah, this looks solid. I mean, good hamstrings, adductors, some good detail there. Arms is what I see here, and how he's kind of posing his wrists looks crazy. I mean, look at the wrist.
The flexion in his fucking wrist is wild.
Wild, yeah.
Arms. I'm seeing lats too. Arms and lats.
And lats, yeah.
Yeah. And then, the chest. You know what? It's all there. There's some certain areas that are, if I can pick them out, and it's going to sound really bad, Ben, but I think overall chest thickness really needs to come up first and foremost. It's just a little too flat. The shape of it is nice, but it's too flat.
Chest, shoulders, and triceps is what I see here.
Yeah,
triceps. He's got decent biceps there, and I said on the front shot, but the triceps there on the back of the arm is super flat.
Yeah,
the chest as well. You can see his front delt is actually really developed. So I'm assuming with a lot of his pressing and stuff, he's really probably just cranking front delt work there.
Yeah.
He's got really good development in the front delt. The medial and rear delt is not quite as developed. So just be mindful when you're doing your pressing, and your tricep work that you're not just using your front delt.
I think here too, you can see the lat
Yeah.
width and thickness that's needed because it's kind of like, again, we talk about this all the time, Ben. It's kind of a straight line here.
Yeah.
Quad's got some flair to them, but we got too much of a straight line here.
Yeah.
Um, so it's weird. It sounds like we're saying a lot, and we're not saying it's a good physique. It's actually a great physique with a lot of potential, but there's just a lot of little gaps.
Yeah.
Like here, the chest is flat. The rib cage, like Ian said, is longer, so it makes your waist look a little wider on the bottom. So you need more lat to accentuate.
And even more quad would help that too.
Yeah, a little bit more sweep on there. It's just a little bit in all these areas, the little bit of more sweep to the long head of the tricep would create better illusion to the arm.
Yeah.
Just little areas here and there to kind of finish off the structure. The structure is really good though.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I'm going to score first. I'm going to give him a 8 structurally. I'm going to give him a 6 muscularity. And this was 9 weeks out. I think it's pretty fine. I can go 7 or 8. I'll just go 8. Go ahead.
I'm going to 5 for muscularity. Symmetry is good. I think there's some flaws in the structure here and there, like with the rib cage and certain things, but overall his structure and he's reasonably balanced. I'll give him a 7 there.
Yeah.
Conditioning is fine. I'll give him a 7 there as well.
Okay. Not feeling generous today?
I'm just saying what my heart feels,
All right. Kyle is 6'1", 201, men's classic. He's in the off season. He's 24 years old and wants to win the Olympia. All right. Let's see here. Oh, it's pretty fucking nice.
Yeah.
A little bit straight. I would say my initial reaction was the shoulder width is very nice. Shoulders and chest are very developed. Back is very developed. Legs look like he trains them, but they need more thickness because right now this is a very upper body dominant physique. It looks more like a men's physique to me than a classic physique in these shots.
Yeah, legs still look like kind of like underdeveloped, so you can see in the hamstrings, the adductors, still look like a little like baby fatty kind of skin on them.
Yeah.
There definitely needs a lot more muscularity on
But
those.
if you looked at this physique and you cut it right here,
Yeah.
this is a pretty wild men's physique look.
Yeah, super small waist,
Yeah.
good wide shoulders. And back looks a little thinner there.
Back looks better than the left spread, yeah. Yeah.
He's also 6'1", so I'm trying to think of how big this would be in person. But yeah, he just needs more muscle,
I would say how many weeks this is off season? 24. I would say, and he said men's classic. I would try men's physique first if I were you, Kyle. I would looking at these pictures, I would try doing men's physique.
Yeah, I think he could be great in men's physique.
And then as you pack on mass, maybe you can switch over to classic because when you build up those legs a little bit and put on a little bit more muscle in the back. But this just looks like it could already do well in men's physique now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the way I would go with it. So at 24, 6'1", 201, I'm going to say, I'll let you score first. Go ahead.
Muscularity, I think there's still, a bit to be desired from the muscularity standpoint. I'll give him a 3 there.
I'm kind of the same boat.
Symmetry, I think overall is pretty good. I'll give him a 6. I think he's got a good structure, but the legs still need quite a bit of development there. Conditioning here is fine. I'll give him a 6 for conditioning as well, or a 7. Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you on that. Moving through to Jacob Frasier, 5'10", 163, men's classic. He's in the offseason. He's 21 years old. He wants to get on stage for the first time. Been lifting for 4 years, looking to add mass for a while before eventually getting on stage. Okay. That's kind of the name of the game here. It's just a lot more mass.
Just more muscle, yeah.
Yeah. There's not really too much to critique here, Jacob. Not saying that in negatively. Quads look like they have some good mass to them. Um, the structure is not bad. It's just it's a little. It's
Well, it's
still
hard to say when there's not enough muscle to kind of create shape, you know?
yeah. It's still a little early
Yeah.
to really dissect anything.
Yeah. Just keep growing. I mean, the most standout thing I see in terms of weakness here is the arms. You
Well,
can see it in the
could I
back
ask you?
there.
Let me ask you this: if you see this too, I saw it more in the back shot. It looked like he's got long legs and a shorter upper body. Like that's what it looks like here, but I think it's just this pose.
Yeah. It's just that pose. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I would just say more overall mass. It's a little
Yeah,
too.
keep adding muscle, and if you want to pick like one weak point, I think it's probably the arms are the weakest of the bunch here. But you just need to keep adding tissue everywhere, you know?
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, I don't want to be a dick here, but like muscularity, I'll give him a two. Symmetry, I'll kind of go somewhere in the middle, like a four. Conditioning, I think is fine here. I'll go a five conditioning.
Conditioning for the off season, I think is good. Might be even a little lean. I'm gonna go six, and that's saying that it's too lean. Symmetry and structure, it's hard to even say because there's not enough muscle yet. So I'm just gonna agree with you there. And then muscularity as well. Okay. Here we got, he wants a pro card in 2025 and Olympia qualification in 2026. Lofty goals. He's in prep. He's 30 years old, 5'8", 206. Weight cap is 194. Everyone telling me I should switch to it. Well, let's take a look. Great arms.
Yeah,
Great
great.
arms. Good quads. Chest looks a little thin.
Good waistline.
Waistline's not bad, but because the lats don't look too pronounced, it's a little
Yeah.
still not a
Yeah,
crazy.
because the chest is thin and the waist and the lats need a little bit more, then it's not. His waist is actually really nice.
Yeah,
Good added developed wall on there.
yeah,
Pretty small, narrow hips and good quads. But I think this is like a limb dominant, like arms and legs, you know?
yeah. Arms are great. Shoulders look a little slopey, like they need more rear delt, more cap.
Yeah. More medial and rear delt for sure.
Legs from the side look amazing. Chest is definitely the area I would work on. Chest and back, I would
Yeah,
work on
back here
most.
for sure.
Legs are way ahead of the upper. Legs, arms are way ahead of the upper body. Shoulders here look good, but in the side shot, maybe it was just the way you were posing. It looked like the rear delt needs some work. This slope here shouldn't.
Yeah. You want to round that off, yeah.
And then this is a glaring weak point here. I think if you're, and look, I'm only being this harsh because you want a pro card this year and you want to be on the Olympia stage next year. This is not going to get you there. There's some good trap development here, mid and upper trap, but the lats are kind of not there at all compared to this lower body.
Yeah, it needs a lot in the back development there.
Yeah. So I would say I would focus really, really hard on your chest and back, and then maybe you can start talking about pro cards.
And you can see here too, like with his shoulders, like crazy front delt development, like insane front delt development.
Yeah. Yeah.
And arms are really good, and that's probably what the culprit is in terms of his chest development a little bit,
Yeah.
chest and back. I mean, probably a lot of your rowing and pulling motions and a lot of your pressing, you're using arms and shoulders. So just be very, very mindful in your body positioning and how you're kind of mechanically operating those exercises. You know.
So the only thing I would say is, as far as the conversation between open and classic, is you can't really tell until you develop this chest and back, because
Yeah.
if you had a crazy thick chest and really great lats, this X frame might be pretty phenomenal because your waist looks good.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't judge yet until you put mass on those areas.
Yeah. Do what you like now. Keep developing those areas, and then I think you can decide.
Uh, I'll score first. I'm going to give him a 7
Oh, did
muscularity.
you have there's a previous one below there.
I gave him an 8 muscularity before. Oh, these are different photos. Oh, yeah, these looked really, really good. He looked really, really thick here. This is 225. So he's down. Obviously, he's prepping. He's down at 206, so I could see a little more clearly. But in these photos, you can't see them. He looks super thick everywhere. Like the back looked thick, the chest looked thick.
Yeah.
So as he dieted down, obviously, you could see the back kind of lost some of it. So anyway,
Yeah.
muscularity, I'm going to go 7 based on the arms and legs. Symmetry, I like the structure of the physique. lagging a little in the chest and back. I think I'm going to stay a 7 there. And then conditioning, he's in prep. He's 5 weeks out. I think is great. I don't know, 8 or 9.
Yeah, his glutes are in at 5 weeks out. I mean, it's great conditioning.
9. Okay, go ahead, Ian.
Muscularity, look, he's got good arms and good shoulders, good legs. But the chest, especially the back, is a pretty glaring weakness. So I'm going to go a 6 for muscularity. Symmetry, I think, is not bad. I'll go a 6 there as well. Because of those, parts I mentioned before. Conditioning, I think here is excellent for 5 weeks out. I'll go a 9 there as well.
I don't think we've ever scored anybody a 10 on anything.
I don't know if we have.
All right. Noah Palladini, 5'9", 174, men's classic. He's an
We've
off-season,
definitely done him before. So let's see before.
22 years old, eventually enhance and pursue an IFBB pro card. Natural, seriously training for about 2.5 years. Please be honest. We're always honest. Oh, this must have been me, you, and Paul, because he's got a decimal point in there.
Yeah.
4, 6 conditioning, 5 symmetry. Yeah, I know why. Okay. Take a look at the back shot first. This was kind of a major major negative on the muscularity and symmetry side.
Mm-hmm.
The structure of your physique, it's a little bit narrow through the clavicles, not necessarily narrow hips. So it's like, again, this is kind of a rectangular physique.
Yeah.
And you really need to accentuate that X frame by building up the back and shoulders. The back being weak like it is not giving you any type of V taper. And I think that's hurting your structure more than anything. Moving through the shots.
Yeah, you can see.
Yeah, again, it's like you just need more mass to create more depth, because even the legs, like there's muscle there, but we're not getting a nice flow to it. So it's not a nice base to an X frame. It's kind of just straight up and down. It's just going to need more mass to create that shape. Same thing in the back there too. And then from the front, arms look good. Biceps are good. Biceps are better than triceps. Quads are better than the hamstrings, but kind of need more mass overall. It's not bad for a natural physique, but the biceps and shoulders look much, much better. And legs, like the chest and back are definitely your biggest weaknesses.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, here, same thing. Like the structure from the front is better than the structure from the back.
But still the lats here, you can see,
Yeah.
pretty straight line from the armpit down to the hip.
Yeah.
Quads look pretty decent. Biceps, again, like you said, are not bad. But yeah, it's the chest, back, lats,
All right, what are we going to do here? Oh, shit. We got to go back. There we go. Okay. What do you want to do here?
Muscularity, I'll give him a 4. Symmetry.
I'm going to give him a 5 because he's natural.
Oh, yeah, he's natural. I'll give him a 5 then. Yeah, I forgot that. Symmetry. I mean, overall, it's not bad, but the back is a bit of a weakness. I'll give him a 5 for symmetry.
I can see that.
Conditioning here.
Off-season.
This is good off-season conditioning. I think he's in a good spot here. I think the last time he was a little bit too lean, maybe. I think things are good here. Yeah, because we only scored him a 6.6, so I'm assuming that's because we thought he was maybe a bit on the lean side. But this is
he was 176 here. 174 here. So.
Yeah. So, okay, so he's lighter now. Yeah.
He's lighter, yeah.
I mean, I like his conditioning. I'll give him a 7 for conditioning.
I'm going to go 6. I think he's too lean. I want everybody to be fat.
Yeah.
Okay. Kalub Sligar, 5'7", 222, men's open, off-season. He's 36 years old. Wants to get a pro card next year. Last show is November 2024. Let's see 1 second if he's got no other previous ratings. Quads are great. It's a little hard at this angle to assess properly. But quads and triceps look really good in this shot.
Yeah, triceps are good.
Yeah. Biceps look better than the triceps in the side shot. I think maybe this is the angle throwing us off.
Yeah. Needs a little more hamstring there for sure.
Yeah. Chest.
Yep, chest. Back here, you can see, yeah, that's where he needs the most here is the back because he's got that kind of like empty gap between his like upper
Yeah.
glute and his like lower lat. Fill in, keep building those lower lats. Mid back, even more rectors will help that.
Yeah, usually you can hide that in a lat spread and you can't
Yeah,
it's just yeah, this section here is probably your biggest weak point.
yeah, lats. Yeah,
I think legs are all pretty good. Hamstrings look a little shallow, but yeah, I think Ian's right. This entire posterior chain just needs to come up. And then from the front, I would say chest. Yeah, there's still a lot of potential there.
yeah, I agree.
5'7", 222. Okay.
It's a big boy. I mean, 5'7", 222 is pretty big.
Yeah, but there's some gaps. So I'm gonna say muscularity. I'm gonna go fuck. I'm gonna go 7. I would do 6.5 if they don't have one.
I'm a 6.5 too. I'll give him a 7 as well. I'll give him the 6. You give him the 7. That puts
Yeah,
him
there
at
we go. And then he's right in the middle. Symmetry as a bodybuilder, I kind of like. He's got, a good X frame to his physique. Everything's pretty balanced except lagging in a couple areas. So I'm gonna go 6 because the entire backside kind of needs work.
I'll
But
give
the
him a 7.
structure is good. So yeah, I think a 7. What were you
I'm
gonna
a
say?
7. I'm a 7 as well.
Yeah, okay. And then conditioning. I like this conditioning for off season. It's not too lean. I'm gonna go 8.
I'll go 7.
Okay. Okay, we'll do one or two more and then we'll go for now. We'll get through March since we're so far fucking behind. Okay. Jaylen Kage, 5'11", 206, men's classic off season. He's 22 years old. He wants to get bigger.
Bigger.
He was an obese kid at 270. He wants to shake up the stage in the next few years. All right, let's see if you can shake up the stage. Legs are great.
That's it. That's
You can
nice.
tell those are fat kid legs.
Yeah.
Legs.
Walk,
Look at the
walk
fucking
fat ass
adductor.
around on these things. They got huge,
Dude, adductor, quad, fucking
Yeah.
calves. All that's really good. Back is good development. Let's see. Moving through the shots. Okay, now we get to some areas.
Legs still are great though. Good quads.
Yeah, arms and chest is where I'm falling off.
Yeah, arms and chest for sure. Definitely more in the lats as well. And I can see it already in the back double over there to the right.
And see arms and shoulders too, kind of rear delts. Yeah, compared to this, like Jaylen, you have to remember when well, I don't want to speak for Ian. When I'm comparing, I'm looking at like your best body parts, and then I'm trying to match up to those.
Yeah.
So
As quads even on the side there have like a nice like flare, like
yeah,
pump to them. Like they look good. Yeah.
yeah,
This is a
legs,
great structure. I like his structure.
yeah, yeah. Back look better in a back lat spread, but it's there. It just needs a little more thickness. So I would say, yeah, it's just a lower body dominant physique,
Yeah.
and then the upper body has to come up to catch up.
Yep.
I don't think there's anything really behind in the upper body though, as opposed to one muscle to another.
I'll just grow the whole upper body. I mean,
Yeah.
his balance and symmetry is really good. He's got a nice physique. I actually really like it.
Yeah.
There's good potential here. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. I'll let you score first.
Muscularity. He's a first timer. Taller guy too. So I mean, and
2 years old.
and only 22. So I'll give him a. I think he can improve, but I'll give him a 6. Symmetry. I do like his shape and his symmetry here. I'll give him an 8 there.
Okay, I'm with you on that. I'm gonna go 7 just because there's such an indifference between the lower body and upper body.
Yeah. Conditioning. Go back up. I think this was pretty solid. I mean,
Off season.
yeah, it's not too lean for me. I like this. I'll give him a 7, 8 there.
I'll give him a 7. He's too lean for me.
Yeah.
Good job. Okay, let's do one more. Zacharias El-Zein, 5'7", 194 men's classic. He's in off season. He's 24 years old. He wants to get a pro card and become a hostile athlete. My second application, I got 15 months of off season left. Then diet will compete later 2026. Previous submission was here. Oh, he looked good. I remember this kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason his conditioning score is lower there is because he was like absurd.
He's in the off season. Yeah. And
It's
this
like
is
4 weeks out. Yeah.
Yeah, this is crazy. Okay, let's take a look again. So
What's the weight difference?
He was 194. So he put on 14 pounds since this.
Yeah.
That's good. That's what we're looking for. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
conditioning here looks a bit more acceptable. This is a good off-season conditioning here.
Still too fucking lean for me.
Yeah, I think this is like right on the verge. I think he could definitely put on a little more body fat, but I don't think it's like absurdly,
I
especially
got it.
he put on 14 pounds. So like he's putting weight on. So as
Yeah.
long as conditioning is not getting out of hand, I'm all right with it.
I have to say, just overall, the structure and symmetry is fucking beautiful.
Yeah,
This is a great
beautiful.
physique in that
Beautiful.
regard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is a physique that could be like a high level pro physique for sure.
Yeah. Quads are good. Quads are actually standout.
Yeah.
Everything else looks pretty even.
Yep.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Shoulders are good.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Small waist, nice ab development, good shoulders, good quads.
I think arms are the lagging area I'm seeing. Arms and calves are the
Yeah.
lagging areas I'm seeing. Yeah,
Yes, this conditioning I like, but the back here, a little more depth in the back, a little more lat, the arms and shoulders, like you said. The shoulders aren't too bad. Maybe a bit more on the rear delt. Front delts look good development, but arms definitely.
I think I should start paying attention to this because I'm seeing it more and more, and I'm not sure why. But some guys are really getting overdeveloped glutes. Zacharias, as you grow, be careful. Like
Yeah.
you can have a great back, but if your glutes are very overpowering, it will make everything else look weak.
Yeah, there is, especially with glutes. I know it's bodybuilding competition. We want to grow things, but overdeveloped muscles in certain areas can definitely detract from your physique. And I think glutes are one of the biggest ones. I mean,
Yes.
I work with a guy that I've worked with for years. One of the two or three people that I still work with. That a big thing of his entire career has been like me trying to manage glute overdevelopment. I mean, it was
Right.
even a thing in my career at one point.
Right. Right.
And this is usually something to do with, like his hamstrings are not bad, but definitely could be more development. So I'm assuming a lot of his like, RDLs or his hip hinge movement, stuff like that, he's really just doing through the hip and not getting full maximal hamstring. It's a lot of hip contraction there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just be mindful of that because, if those continue to develop, they will detract from your physique for sure.
Yeah. Because honestly, if you saw this exact same physique with smaller glutes,
Yeah.
you'd kind of be blown away. But
Well,
because
when I look at this shot, my eyes go immediately to the glutes.
yeah, well, that's
You
partially
know?
41%. But other than that,
Yeah. Well, yes, but even then,
from the front, like pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, it's a great physique. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So areas to work on moving to the next submission. What do you think? I think more mass.
Yeah,
Uh,
more mass in that upper body for sure.
yeah.
Just more mass everywhere. I mean, he is quite balanced. I'd say arms definitely, and back.
Okay. Go ahead.
Muscularity I like. I'll give that a overall. I think it's pretty good. I'll be like a 7.
I'm going to go 6. So we landed at 6.5. What did we give him before? 7. Okay. Go ahead.
Symmetry I think is really good here. I mean, balance and flow to this physique is exceptional. Look, there is some like the back of the arms or whatever, but I mean he's got such good structure and overall, especially in that front relax, he gets such a balanced physique. I'm going to give him a 9 there.
Yeah, I feel like that too.
Conditioning, I think he definitely improved in the conditioning here. He's putting on 14 pounds and the body fat is, progressing, but at a nice slow rate, especially considering how much weight he put on. His body fat has maintained a really good composition. So I'm happy with that. So honestly, I'll give him a really good score here. I'll probably give him an 8 or a 9 for conditioning. Let's go 8.
I'd like to see him. I'm going to give him an 8 as well, but Zacharias, if you're watching this, I would like to see this same progression in the next update because
Yeah.
I still think you can add more.
Yeah, if he added another 14 pounds and this same percentage again of body fat, I think he'd be in the perfect spot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like if he
It's like how much body fat he gained between the two, I think is a nice healthy level, especially considering the amount of weight he gained. But I think he can do to gain that amount of body fat again and another, so he got to that like 210 range. I think he'd be in a good spot.
I agree. Okay, let's do 2 more. We'll just get through March.
Okay.
Okay. This looks like a pretty wild physique at 20 years old. Holy fuck. I think we did look at this before. 889 was what we gave him before. Tim Scoff, 5'8", 190. Did he gain weight? Yeah, he did. He gained 5 pounds. And I think that's because we told him he was too lean. Look how lean he was in the offseason.
Yeah.
Good. So he put on 5 pounds. He's still fucking too lean though, in the offseason. Fucking wild structure though. Holy shit.
Crazy. Tiny waist. Crazy shoulders.
It's funny. I feel like this is what we're talking about when we say narrow clavicles, but with massive delts and massive lats, it can take away.
Yeah,
It can
tiny
negate,
waist, big lats, big shoulders. I mean,
like
he,
this level of muscularity negates the narrow clavicles.
yeah, 100%.
And yeah, he's done a really good job of um, packing on enough mass to take away from any negatives of his structure.
Mhm.
I do think the legs need to come up to match the upper body still.
Yeah, no, I agree. Is it he needs more adductor? Like, where is it in the leg that it's missing there? It's hard for me to tell.
I think it's everywhere,
Yeah,
personally. Like there's some good quad development, but there's also some adductor, but I think all of it just needs because the upper body is so impressive.
yeah. And even considering how lean he is, there's really not much definition to speak of in those quads. So I think it's just like more development's needed there. Those are great side shots, though. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. The side of the leg's pretty good. But again, from the back, it just needs more depth so you get more
There you can see more adductor, more hamstring, more quad sweep. Yeah, great back
back.
though.
I would say lats.
Yeah, it needs more lat, but the overall thickness and detail here is really good.
This is crazy for 20 years old. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
this
why
is
we gave him the score we did last time. Okay, let's go again. I'm happy he put on 5 pounds, Tim, but I'd like to see another 10.
yeah.
There's still, this is fucking, I think, I don't know if it's the Instagram age or what, but guys are really lean compared to what they used to be. Like this looks like it's fucking
6 weeks out. Yeah.
6 weeks out. Yeah, like fucking, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I think muscularities, I'll keep it in the same range of an 8.
Okay.
Symmetry, I'll keep it an 8 as well. I don't think his symmetry changed from last time. His conditioning here, I think, yeah, same. I'm gonna give him a 9 as well.
What did we do before? 8, 9?
Oh, you give me a 9 for the symmetry, I think.
I'm pretty happy. It's his structure is just crazy. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go 9 again there. Muscularity, I think the legs need to come up. I'm gonna go 7. And conditioning, I still think he's way too lean. I'll go 7 there. Okay, last one. Dylan Thompson, 5'10", 262. Fuck, is a big dude. 28, off season. He wants to win a regional show. Been training for 2 years now. Did a natural show in the summer. Now enhanced.
Been training for 2 years. This guy's 5'10", 260. The fuck? And did a natural show last summer. So he's just been on his now enhanced in my second cycle.
So
He's gained fucking 15 pounds.
he was 251. He's 11 pounds.
Jesus Christ, man. This guy's the fucking, he needs to do the Merrick hyperresponder test, you know?
Okay. I still am going to say the same. This is going to be so bad to say at 262. It needs more muscle.
Especially in the legs. Yeah.
It's not, I don't see any, especially to me, like everything looks pretty even. I just think it just needs more mass everywhere.
I see it missing a bit on the adductors, and that's why I think his legs look a little up and down. Quad still a bit more. I think the upper body's not terrible. I mean, I think he's got some good depth in certain areas. But I think, yeah, he still needs more tissue overall. Shoulders look really good here.
Is it weird that he doesn't look 262? Like it's not like his measurements don't lend themselves to a guy who's 260. And his body fat is not that high to, say it's just fat.
I'm sure this is a pretty big dude in person. I could see him being 260.
Yeah, his calves are fucking huge.
Yeah.
Well, Dylan, I think it's crazy that what you've done in 2 years. But I would say you just have to keep on packing it on. Maybe
that upper shelf, like the chest, arm, shoulders there, like got some good development in certain spots. In that front double, it looks like it's got some good density. Chest doesn't look as good there, but shoulders and arms are pretty solid.
I don't see it. I see really good shoulders, and I feel like the quads are pretty good, and I think everything else is pretty even in that it needs all to come up.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think he just needs to keep growing, legs primarily, in my opinion, but
He must have like a really big structure. Like it must be a really big guy to weigh that.
yeah. Yeah, because 262 is huge.
He needs to fill it out. Yeah, you just need to fill it out. Okay. So is there any specific area we're targeting or just more mass everywhere?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think everywhere. I mean, he's just getting into his enhanced journey. So, I think everything just can continue to grow. I think for a guy with this kind of overall size, I think adding more to the legs will have the most immediate effect on his his physique. I think just really bolstering those legs will enhance the X frame and really kind of make things look a lot better. That's where I'm seeing the biggest weakness. Not as much in the side. Well, yeah, still in the side chest and on the back. Yeah, it's a little bit straight after the upper body into those legs. So I think the legs is really what the biggest focus is here.
Interesting. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go, it's crazy to say, but a 5 in muscularity, because I think he's structurally a big guy, but he needs a lot more to fill it out. Symmetry and structure I really like. I'll go 7. Everything seems pretty even, and the structure of his physique is really nice. And then conditioning for the off season, I think is pretty perfect to me for off season condition. I'm going to go 8. Go ahead.
I think his muscularity is a bit better than that. I think he's 260. I mean, I think he's growing. He's just 2 cycles into being natural. I'm going to give him a 7 for muscularity.
Am I way off on that? No, I'm keeping.
No, keep it here. That's
I'm
fine.
keeping my 5. Go ahead.
I will average him out to a 6.
Yeah.
Symmetry, I agree with you there on a 7. Maybe even a 6 for symmetry. No, 7. I like a 7. I think he's good. Good structure. Conditioning, I agree with you that this is pretty solid off-season conditioning. I'll go an 8.
Okay. All right. That does it for this episode of Rate Your Physique. We'll be back next week.
Sure.
Crank out April.
Yep.
Were we that far behind?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Have a good day, brother.
See you.
Bye.